Are you sick of trends? So let's talk about how to build a classic wardrobe. Let's walk through those timeless essentials every woman should own. And I'll be sharing a few standout accessories from Eric Javits, including a Croc embossed handbag and my favorite, a faux fur hat. Okay, ladies, if you are new to the channel, I am Beth Djalali, and this is Style at a Certain Age. And if you haven't hit that subscription button, what are you waiting for? Smash it now. Because around here, we believe in aging with grace, strength, and beauty, and building a wardrobe that works as hard as you do. And I'm so pleased to partner with Eric Javits today. And this is a brand I have admired for its craftsmanship and timeless design for years. And you'll find all the pieces linked in my LTK shop in the description box down below. So first, let's talk about why build a classic wardrobe to begin with. I mean, you may be thinking, hey, Beth, I really like just to buy all the new trends every year. Well, if that's you, I'm not going to dissuade you. However, a classic wardrobe is about reliability. These are the pieces you reach for on repeat. So whether you're headed to brunch, maybe you're still working and you're going to the office, or even a night out, these are the items that take the guesswork out of getting dressed and give you a polished foundation that never goes out of style. But first, as I said, I'm thrilled to partner with Eric Javits. And this is a New York-based designer known for creating accessories that marry style with practicality. And I was first introduced to this brand many, many years ago by my mother, who absolutely adored Eric Javits hats. My mom was gaga for hats, and Eric Javits in particular. And these designs are timeless, but never boring. They're crafted with meticulous attention to detail, innovative materials, and always with the modern woman in mind. What I love most about Eric Javits is that the pieces are glamorous, yet they're functional. So let's take a look at this Croc embossed handbag I'm carrying today, because it has a classic silhouette that never goes out of style. Yet it's roomy enough to hold everything I need. And what about this faux fur hat? And I'm telling you, okay, we are talking about classic wardrobe, and I do love faux fur. I don't really think it ever goes out of style, but faux fur is very on trend this year. And I love this hat because it's chic, it's warm, and has just the right amount of drama for fall and winter. And these are the kind of accessories that instantly elevate an outfit, whether I'm in jeans and a blazer, or heading for a holiday event. For me, Eric Javits represents the sweet spot. Luxury design you'll reach for season after season. And that's what a classic wardrobe is all about. These are just timeless essentials that you have in your wardrobe and you can count on them year after year. So let's talk about a tailored blazer, because blazers always make my classic list. They're the perfect third layer. I definitely always advise that you start with a navy camel black, and I typically go with a structured and versatile blazer. And mine has traveled the world and still looks sharp. Next, a crisp Oxford shirt. And you could go with white, you can go with pale blue. I mean, you can go with any color that you absolutely love, but I like white and pale blue because they pair so beautifully with so many things. And honestly, with a white one, a coffee stain just means that you actually wore your blouse. And there are a lot of good tips on how to get coffee out or red wine out of a white blouse. And my go-to is Oxy. I love hydrogen peroxide. I have a few tricks up my sleeve like that. So don't worry if you get your white blouse just a little dirty. And next, ladies, this might not be for everyone, but I truly love a beautiful Bermuda short, especially in the spring and the summer and even into the fall. I think they look beautiful with blazers that I just talked about and that white blouse or the light blue blouse. But definitely get the longer length of pleated shorts and a tailored fit. And these are polished without being precious. And I said, you can pair it with a blazer and dress it up. I think it's just really great to take on vacations. You can just wear it with a tee. There's just lots of things that you can do with a pleated short. Okay, ladies, let's talk about some style tips that keep the classics fresh. And my first tip is tailoring is everything. A blazer that fits beats a designer one that doesn't. It doesn't matter what the price tag is. It truly matters what the fit is. So if you don't have a tailor on speed dial, I suggest you find one. And my next style tip is mix highs and lows. So that could be pairing an investment handbag with your everyday denim. It could be a denim shirt with a beautiful skirt. So really just think opposites. You really can't have that very high-end, very luxury item with something from Target. And ladies, neutrals first. Every good wardrobe is built on neutrals. But then don't forget to add a pop of color. And that could be red lipstick or a bold belt, because that can change everything. Maybe it's an orange handbag. Whatever it is, maybe it's a vivid scarf. You can certainly add color to your wardrobe and keep the neutrals in play. And next is vintage tells a story. So what about a beautiful scarf or brooch with history, because it makes your outfit personal? Maybe it's passed down by your nana or even your great grandmother. I just love those items that not only look beautiful, but they remind me of something. And I've always said that I think that the power of a wardrobe, the power of clothes, is that they conjure memories. I mean, I can still remember what I wore to my prom when I was in high school. And next, ladies, comfort matters. So if the shoes hurt, throw them out, because the outfit is going to fail. If you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel confident, out it goes. And next on my list are straight leg jeans. So and I always recommend a dark rinse or a white denim. And the dark rinse because it's definitely more elevated than a lighter rinse. And I think white can work year round. And they truly are a workhorse in every wardrobe. Okay, this may not surprise you at all. Actually, probably none of these items on my classic list should surprise you, but they're classic for a reason and on the top 10 for a reason. And the next one is a striped boat neck tee. Yep, I always say I never met a stripe I didn't like. And Chanel, way back in the early 1920s, really leapt the striped tee into popularity. And she got the idea when she was on vacation on the coast of France. And Chanel's inspiration came from looking at the sailors that had the striped tee. And they had, I believe, I want to say it was 49 stripes, because it was all of the victories that Napoleon had. I mean, you can check me on that. I mean, 49 seems to be a lot, but the stripes signified Napoleon's victory, and they used the stripes because when the sailor, if he did happen to fall overboard, they could easily spot the stripes. So, but as I mentioned, Chanel was on vacation in the south of France, and she really noticed how timeless and how beautiful striped tees were. And she, as I said, she just launched this into the stratosphere, and we still are wearing them today. And why? Because they're effortless and timeless. And they're the quickest way to channel Paris, even in Athens, Georgia. And so here are just a few quick fire Beth style tips. Texture adds interest. So think wool, silk, tweed. If it works for brunch and cocktails, it earns a hanger. Handbags change moods. So invest in ones that last. Okay. So I talked about the pleated shorts. So I also add a pair of pleated trousers to this list. And that's because they're elevated comfort that moves with you. Of course, you want to have a pair of black, maybe a pair of navy, and then you can branch out after that. Okay, ladies, how about a classic dress? Yes. This is a dress that goes everywhere, does everything. So the silhouettes that I recommend are the A-line. I love sheaths. I love wrap dresses. Those three silhouettes right there will serve you well. Even a shirt dress, but a dress is always ready for an event. And I like to have an everyday dress on hand for just that fact, because then I can just run in my closet. Dresses are one and done. I really don't have to think about accessorizing all that much, and I'm ready to go in 5 minutes. Okay, let's talk about shoes that work. My favorites are loafers, sneakers, definitely white sneakers, but you can branch out too. I have a pair of runners from Rag & Bone that are my favorites. They are a taupe and a white. I even have some pink sneakers and red, but I also love ballet flats. So those three right there. So loafers, ballet flats, and sneakers. Okay, let's talk about accessories, because if you have followed, and I say this all the time, but if you follow the channel for any length of time, accessories are really what put our personality into an outfit. But there are timeless classic accessories I think everyone should own. And I love pearls. So whether that's a simple, string of pearls around your neck, maybe it's pearl studs, maybe it could even be a pearl bracelet. I love classic watches, and I'm a big sucker for belts. So whether that's a slim belt, maybe that is a wide belt, maybe it's a leopard belt, but definitely belts. It's a great accessory to have. Okay, let's talk about outerwear, because this time of year, outerwear matters. So a camel trench, or maybe it's a wool coat that carries you through the seasons. Your coat is your calling card, so make it count. Outerwear is the first thing people see, so it deserves just as much thought as what's underneath. A beautiful coat sets the tone, but the right accessories make it unforgettable. So as I mentioned earlier, I love this beautiful faux fur bucket hat from Eric Javits that adds warmth and instant polish, while the Croc embossed handbag brings structure and timeless elegance. Together, they turn a classic coat into a statement, and that's the power of accessories. They don't just finish the outfit, they elevate it. And so I thought I would just answer a few questions. These are just things that come through my inbox all the time. And one of them that really always sticks out, because some people really think that classic style is boring or that it's too conservative. And honestly, it's not if you style it your way. So add personality with your bold accessories or color. And another one is, can I build a classic wardrobe on a budget? Absolutely. Focus on fabric, fit, and tailoring, not labels. And where do I start to build a timeless classic wardrobe? Well, we just went through a list. So I love a tailored blazer because it's the piece that's going to hold everything together. It's just that perfect third layer. Okay, ladies, that is my take on a classic timeless wardrobe. Let me know down in the comments what wardrobe essential you can't live without. And as I mentioned, you can shop the handbag, the hat, and all the other wardrobe essentials in my LTK shop, and everything is linked down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget to share it with a friend. It so helps the channel. And remember, grit, glamour, and aging with grace, strength, and beauty, they never go out of style.